Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to her. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's all right. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, because it look like you need
one drink. I can do one drink. I can do one drink, because I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things we're brought to you by is Camo Dumpsters. This is a new company that just came about because, again, we made a flip from disposed to camo. Don't let the name fool you. It is a great garbage company doing great things. Why? Because I'm there. I'm as the VP. I'm a person that got to go around for every site, making sure everything happens. And one of the things I believe in is customer service. So please give us a hand out there in Tennessee. We are going to be in Atlanta as well. So all y'all Atlanta folks, just understand. I'm coming. Okay. I got to take care of in Tennessee. I'm going to make my way back down to Atlanta. We're going to be across the board, all states, if I can help it. Okay. One of the things I want to do is grow in a way that customer service need us best, okay? Absolutely. They need our service, and I want to make sure I provide it. So a lot of the small garbage companies will probably be devoured up. I mean, it's just that time, it's that place. And just understand that name.
Only just trying to survive.
Let's go. That's right. And that's what we're going to do. Now I got to get back to the show. All right. It's after 6 years now. And I've still been rocking with this brother coming in every time with a smile. Craftmatic, how you doing, big baby?
Man, I'm stupendous, Jay.
You know what I'm saying?
Stupendous, man. Okay. Life is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's just productive. I'm healthy. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my grind. I'm living my purpose. I'm fulfilling my dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, God has just been so good to me, man.
I see.
I'm on top of the world, bro.
Okay, a nice little ring right there. I like that ring.
Oh, thank you, man. You know that's like the Minecraft logo.
I see. Yeah. It's kind of blinging over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying. You know what I said, Jay?
What's that, bro?
I said, all these years, I've been hiding myself a little bit.
Okay.
Right? Like, I stay below the radar in just about every area. You know what I'm saying? Right. I could be highly intelligent on a subject, and sometimes I'll be quiet, I almost never wear jewelry and bling. I try to, dress a little low key. Well, I'm finna get rid of all that, Jay. It's time for a superstar to come out, you know what I mean? It's time for the star to bring itself to the screen.
I'm glad you're coming out, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're coming out.
Yeah.
I had to look down and be like, yeah.
You be blinged out. You be blinged out, Jay.
I feel like a lot of times it's necessary just to show a different side of you. I don't always go out to the public with it all the time because, again, I already know how people are.
Yeah.
You got a lot of haters out there that really want to take from you and not add value to you.
Yes.
So because of them, I don't always do it all the time, but when I can, I love to, especially where I'm in a safe environment.
Yeah.
And luckily I roll with some great people. So we can do it around each other because, one, we don't hate on each other, and then we got each other's back.
Right.
So number one thing is always be cautious and have a circle of unity and trust with your folks so they can have your back.
Yeah, absolutely. A great way to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy, Smooth Jay.
In the building.
And, of course, we are here to liberate your minds and souls with a great dialogue. We are going to be talking tonight specifically. Check this out, folks. Mm-hmm. Let's say you meet somebody.
Right.
And you ask them, are you in a relationship?
Okay.
And they say, well, I have a friend. What does that really mean? Well, I have a friend. What does that really mean? And we've all experienced it, and some of us done ran that game a few times.
Oh, come on, man.
So I want you to sit back and enjoy this conversation and learn something. You may even be able to teach us something. You just can't quite get to us. So feel free to, put something in the, dialogue in the screen, in the comments, and share your feedback. But ultimately, this is an opportunity for us all to grow. That's what these dialogues are about. When you have these meaningful interactions, there's some real wisdom that comes to the surface.
Yes, yes.
And if you can capture it for yourself, then you put just a few more bricks in your armor.
Correct.
And so make some clear decisions, listen to our stories and opinions and just see how they, how they feel to you and, see if it makes sense for you to live your best life
Yes,
when
yes.
it comes to relationships. Now, we always start the show off with a prayer.
Oh yeah, hit him over the head, baby. Hit him over the head.
Anything in particular, Jay, that you want to cover?
I'm not for sure today. I in my spirit, I know health and wellness because of the coronavirus and everything that we went through.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give it no power.
No, yes, not.
I want to give power to mental health. I want more people to make sure they understand their mental.
Yeah.
Because I really feel like it's a lot of people out there that's not taking care of their mental and they're not taking care of their body as well.
Yeah.
But it starts in the mind. So again, I want them to get a prayer for they can understand what Minecraft can do for them as well.
Absolutely.
So we can attack the mind, but we can help the body.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so let's just hand it over to the Lord. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for just being God, for being all that you are in our lives. You are our strength. You are our confidence. You are our boss. You are our lawyer. You are our caretaker. You are everything. And we just thank you for all that you do in our lives. We ask, Heavenly Father, that you would give us a greater wisdom in the idea of mental health.
Yes.
There are many of us, many people, knowingly and unknowingly suffering from the idea of mental health issues. And we're asking, Lord, that you would open an avenue for healing to take place. Sometimes it might just be something that they hear on TV. Sometimes it may be something they hear their neighbors saying.
Right.
Sometimes it may be they went to the doctor's office and the doctor recommended some other good help. Sometimes it's medication. Sometimes you finally get a mindset to meditate and pray. But whatever it is, Lord, I'm asking that you would inspire our healing of the mind and healing of the body. Show us, Lord, how to take care of ourselves. Show us what to read. Show us what to listen to. Show us how to change. Show us how to improve ourselves. Show us how to be sharp and clear and allowed to experience the real wisdom that is before us. Lord, we ask that you would bind any enemy that would try to attack our minds and that would try to attack our bodies. Yes. We ask that you would keep us clear from all those negative images and negative thoughts and negative ideas and keep us centered on a positive life, that great life that you have already designed for us. We ask, Lord, that you would be here in this show and do your good and your perfect work. We wait on your intelligence and anointing. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Ooh.
Amen, man. I wouldn't even finish that, man.
You did that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even finish that.
I did that throw up. You did that alley-oop.
Yeah.
So we was playing on that one.
Mental health.
I was playing with you in the gym on that one. I there with you. Yeah.
Right. Mental health is a real issue, man.
It's been for a very long time.
It's a real issue.
And a lot of times people are uncomfortable talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people go through a lot of hurt when it comes to relationships. And they don't always seek therapy. They don't really get anything. And then they go into another one and another one. And now you're just compounding an issue.
Right.
And then a lot of times it breaks you all the way down. And I really feel like if it can get caught early, you can live a more rejoiceful life. You can live a heaven and not stay in a hell. Because you keep wondering why these people keep coming. Why the same people keep attacking me? Because you never learned your lesson. And I really feel like a lot of times you didn't change your mental. You know, you change your physical. You change your physical look. You look different. You think you're better, but you still mentally act the same.
Yeah.
And that's why I like to get people that recognize this. They understand me best because they know it takes a little bit more than your outer. It starts with your inner. It
does start with your inner. And I tell you, we have said this hundreds of times in our show that nobody's healing. Right? I mean, people are just moving from experience to experience to experience, but let's all just take a quick look at that, right? How do you heal? You know what I mean? That's a tough one.
It is.
And
what
so,
are you supposed to?
Yeah. And
are you doing anything different?
Well,
are you seeing anything different?
There is going to have to be some change in order to heal, but I'm just talking about the process of healing.
Okay, let's talk about the process.
You know, even before process, I wanted to make this point that yes, people need healing in relationships. People need healing in issues of money.
Right.
What the greater issue is that people have some mental health, like psychology, some real inner issues, and ultimately it leads to things like dementia. It leads to things like even suicide and depression and etc. Many of those things have answers. There are doctors who can recommend sometimes medications, sometimes it's your nutrients. What was the doctor who Dr. Sebi?
Oh, yes.
Dr. Sebi recommended all kinds of things, right? You can actually determine dementia about 30 or 40 years before you actually start experiencing symptoms.
Wow.
Which means you have plenty of time to ward off these issues, these mental health issues, if you start taking the right nutrients and if you start taking care of yourself.
Okay.
And, the most important part of taking care of yourself is moving your mind. People aren't reading, people aren't studying, people aren't dialoguing a lot. And so, your mind just kind of got cobwebs in it.
Ooh.
Right? And ultimately, those cobwebs turn into sickness and illnesses and pains and struggles and strifes. So, I don't want to belabor the point anymore, but I really want folk to wake up to the idea of mental health. Taking care of your mind and taking care of your body is so important, and I promise you it'll add 10, 20, 30 years onto your life.
And I want all y'all to have that much and more.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to mental, because again, once it gets tore down, the body next.
Yes. I read a study one time, and it's been several years ago, so you can't quote me exactly, but the study basically said that people who are sad and unhappy and always in pain and struggle, they live 25% less than normal people. That's just normal people. Right?
Man,
They may live 30% less than people who are actually happy, right?
Listen to them numbers.
Yes, man, it's strong. Your mental health has a lot to do with your thriving survival, your ability to intake new ideas, your ability to change, your ability to attack life, your ability to solve your problems, your ability to be who you are, especially in the midst of chaos and in the midst of lots of new ideas.
Right.
You lose yourself, right? We have to be strong in the mind first before we can be strong in anything else. And I'll let it go at that, Jay.
You let it go, but I got to add you with that's something that's one of the things I don't think people do that much no more.
They don't. But see, they've never been taught. And I'm big on that.
Right.
Nobody's ever taught us the power.
A lot of times they don't know where to go.
They have no clue. And that's the point that I want to make, is because all healing has to start in the mind.
Okay.
Right? Do you believe, and I'm going to get off the cuff just a second here, but do you believe that Jesus walked up to somebody who had been ill for 30 or 40 years of blood issues, or they were blind or whatever? Do you think he walked up on them and got sad and depressed for them?
No.
No. He saw the light of God in each one of them, and through seeing that light, they got up. Right?
They seen into him.
You got to see the light. You got to see the wholeness. You got to see ultimately what you want to see. Right? If somebody's sick, you got to see them up running a marathon. Right? If somebody's in pain, you got to see them shouting for joy. Right? We really got to learn to take our minds to the extreme levels of positivity, extreme levels of faith, because until we do, we're not going to experience that. We're never going to embody faith until you can have it first in your mind.
I like that. I think a lot of people might want to hear it in a different way. In a different way is you need to see something different if you want something different.
Yeah.
So again, you got to get out of seeing yourself sick.
Yeah.
And understand yourself well.
Yeah.
You got to get your mental, even though your physical is hurting, you got to get your mental strong enough to get your body to get back and react.
Yes.
Make your body start fighting off all what it's going through.
Yes.
Because it starts with you. Because if you stay down, you stay depressed, your body doesn't react
That's
like
exactly
it needs to.
And
so I like what you said.
You know what? Athletes are historical for miraculous healings. They're historical for miraculous healings. Why? Because while they're laying in the bed sick with a broken leg or toe or hip or head, whatever, that they're seeing themselves still performing in the race.
Right.
They're seeing themselves still performing. And so their mind is always, and this is what's important. I wanted to make this point. It's always important that you have to leave reality. You cannot stay in reality and expect to create a powerful and successful life. You cannot be healed wallowing in sickness. You have to move to a place that I am healed, and then your body will follow suit. That's what the Lord has been telling us all along. Know the truth, and the truth shall be revealed. Know that you are healed. Know that your prayers are being answered. Know that you are going to overcome the situation. Know that you're going to win. Know that you're going to be powerful. Know that you're an overcomer. Know that you're victorious. You have to know these things long before you ever see them in your reality. Reality is not the truth. It's the truth with the little t.
Say it.
That's called facts. And facts with the little t can change. But the truth with the big T is that you are already perfect, whole, and complete. And all you got to do is see it in your mind's eye. All you have to do is feel a glimpse of it in your spirit. All you have to do is understand it in your mentality, and it will be revealed as the reality of who you are. Power and strength come from consciousness, not from lifting weights, not from running races. They come from mindset.
Say it.
Woo. Let me get off of this mic, man.
I can't tell.
Let me get off of this mic,
man.
I'm on one today, huh?
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now. Cash App Bar Talk with J1. Y'all need to go ahead and send that on in, because right there was a praise for you. If it didn't get you moving, I don't know what to tell you today.
Consciousness, man. Consciousness. Hey, you folks stay tuned. We on one tonight. We're gonna come back. We're talking about, if you ask a person if they're in a relationship and they say, I have a friend, what does that really mean?
And we just got done talking about the Lord. Lord have mercy.
We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
Right after this. Welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back. Welcome back, folks.
Man, you did that one on that session, man. You was on fire.
I was on fire, man. And I'm still on fire, because that's my favorite subject in the world. You know
anything else you want to add to? Because I promise you gave a prayer, speech, and it all in one right before we left off the air. And I'm telling you, man.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
I had to rethink some of the things you were saying, man, because you were speaking to my soul.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna jump on the subject.
Okay, go ahead.
My hope
What's that?
in all of my work is that I teach people how to fly.
Okay.
Right? How do you fly? You as a human, you will fly by constantly believing things that are way beyond your ability to reach in the physical world.
Okay.
Right? It's like all the success stories that we know of famous people, they was broke. They was living in cars. They had been living on their mama's couch till they was 45 years old before they ever hit it big. You know,
right.
You know, there's all these, there's all of these stories.
Okay.
You know, about where you have to drag the ground, but all of these people in their minds were flying. They were saying, I'm going to be a superstar. I'm going to be the best at this. I'm going to make millions of dollars. I'm going to accomplish this. I'm going to overcome. I'm never going to stop. They were flying even though their feet was on the ground. And their feet just happened to be in the valley in much of their life.
Right.
Do you know how many millionaires have experienced bankruptcy? Right? Most of the bankruptcies has come from millionaires. Right? That's the whole premise. Right? But no matter how low they get, they always see themselves flying. They always see themselves getting the latest ride, taking a nice trip, enjoying the things of life. And we have to do that as well. So I'm teaching people how to fly, and I need everybody to start thinking high thoughts about themselves.
Now,
that's the key, right?
Do that work with swimming? Because I can't swim.
I wouldn't try it in water.
I tried the ground.
Listen, yeah. Stay on some grass first,
yeah,
right? And then you can elevate, you know?
Yeah, I put a vest on.
Right, yeah.
Safety first.
Yeah, well, put a vest on and some grass, too.
Just like when I fly, I might want to go with a parachute. I'm telling you, you can't go down.
You're going to need that, yeah.
Oh, my God. Let me tell you, it goes up, come down.
So the question tonight Okay.
Go for it.
If you met somebody new and you ask them, are you in a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
You just happen to be conversating, you know, in the situation, circumstance, whatever's going on. Are you in a relationship? And they say, oh, I have a friend. What does that really mean, Jay?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I really when I hear that a lot of times, I feel like they're running game already.
You feel like they're running game?
Off the rip.
Okay.
They trying to state that I have somebody. You ain't really saying a lot, but you're saying enough. To know if you keep talking to me, I already got somebody in my presence. But I'm not giving a title. I'm just letting you know I'm dealing with somebody. But if you strong enough, you know, and show me enough, you can get me from them. So, are you willing to continue shooting your shot after I tell you this? Because at that point, I ain't lying to you. You can't say I wasn't honest on the upfront, but I still gave you a shot.
Yeah, you did still give him a shot, but that also suggested, you might give anybody a shot.
I wasn't just going that far. All right, crap. Say how you feel, bro.
Okay, this is one of those conversations where we got to create some boundaries.
Okay, let's go for it.
So, you know, it sounds like this person might be running game.
It sounds like.
Right? Are you in a relationship? Oh, I have a friend. And so they tried to sneak it in. And so if you didn't pay attention to it, you probably missed it. And next thing you know, they can say later on, I told you. I told you I have a friend, right?
So why did you take my drink and keep going?
So if you catch a hold of it, then at least you already know, right? And so when they become missing in action, or if they're not answering the phone, or if you can't quite reel them in,
right,
you already know they had somebody else, right?
Okay.
But if they say, if you ask somebody, are you in a relationship, and they say, I have a friend, in my mind, what that's telling me is that they have somebody in their corner. Okay. But we don't know what they mean in the corner. Like, you remember AP, she used to always say, Lord. You know, she said, I got a maintenance man, I got a cutting buddy,
She had a lot. She had a squad.
Right.
She had a star player.
But see, if you ask her at any time, are you in a relationship? She was like, well, I have a friend.
Right.
But everything is so relative, right? You could be like, well, I have a friend, just to kind of ward them off until you get to know them a little bit more.
Right.
Right? But I have a friend. Okay, let me just see what they're going to do. Let me see how they're going to act. Let me see how they're going to respond, you know. Maybe because you already figured out you didn't like them from across the room.
Okay.
You know, maybe, you know, you saw something that, you know, their outfit or the way they looked, or they just wasn't your type or whatever. And so you say, well, yeah, well, I have a friend, you know. And basically enough to say, don't talk to me anymore. Leave me alone. Don't try to talk to me.
Or to see if they want to continue talking.
Well, I mean, see, it's a loaded gun. It's a loaded gun.
It can be loaded to unloaded.
And
it just depends on how a person want to take that.
But what they didn't say
is what?
Is no.
And that's where I like to say game can be pursued at this point.
They did not say, no, I don't have a relationship.
Right.
They did not say, yes, I have a relationship.
To some people that don't want to be bothered, they will take a friend approach because they know a no approach will give them more conversation when they don't really want it. So you can get game a lot of different ways, depending on the person that's sitting there controlling that situation.
Now that you mention it, Jay, I have to admit, I have said on numerous occasions,
what's that?
I have a friend. And I did it because I know, I know that women like guys who are taken.
State it.
I mean, the reality is, you don't want nobody who ain't got nobody.
They be like, hey, nobody else wants you, they don't want you either, right? It's a reality.
Who wants somebody who got nobody?
You can't pull nobody?
You can't pull nobody? You can't do all by yourself?
I don't want you either.
Like, are you in a relationship? I'm not in a relationship, but, you know.
I got
a friend, you know. And I've had people to contest that. I have had, you know, I had a young lady, what you mean by that? I said, well, I'm be honest with you, sweetheart, there's nobody who you're going to meet who doesn't already probably have somebody in their life. So I'm just letting you know I got a little somebody, but
Yeah.
I like you. You know what I'm saying?
I want to know you.
Yeah, we can keep talking. You know, we can chop it up.
You automatically got to accept.
Doesn't mean, in fact, you know, part of the game process is that right then I might close on a date. You know what I'm saying? Rather than him hauling around the boy, and listen, you know what I'm saying? The reality, obviously, which I like you. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to go out. We're going to have to go, you know, catch a meal.
Knowing I got somebody.
Knowing I got somebody. But I also let her know I'm available enough. Part of the game. I'm available enough that no matter what I got, and don't you worry about that, young lady. No matter what I got time for you. And so I'm making time for you. Right? That's showing availability.
I got to open it in my schedule.
Yeah, I'm putting
and
it
I
in the
like you to
calendar.
feel it.
Exactly. Now, if I finish the conversation, say, listen, now don't call me after 9:30.
Why? Because I got a friend.
Right? Because I got a friend. And, you know, ultimately, some of those questions are going to have to be answered.
And I agree.
Right? If they say, I have a friend, and you're looking at them like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I want to be your friend.
Exactly.
That means you got some work to do and some questions to ask. And what are those questions? Well, how long y'all, you know, is it serious?
Right.
Are y'all trying to get married? Y'all been knowing each other for a long time? Listen, I don't even ask those questions because I know everybody's got somebody for the most part, right? Even if it ain't nothing but, you know, every 60-day cuddy buddy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got somebody. Even if you ain't having sex with them, you could still have somebody who's your kind of significant other, or you know, somebody you hang out with. You know, the person who, when it's time to have a nice dinner and you go to movies, this is the person you go with. Y'all ain't got nothing serious. Y'all ain't made no commitments. But if you know, in this conversation, it sounds like you're not willing to deny them. And that says that they're meaningful to you. Right? If somebody brings up somebody else, they got some stake in the game.
I couldn't agree with that.
Because there's no reason to bring up anybody else unless the other person has some stake in the game, right? And unfortunately, we're all selling a little bit. We all got to sell the dream. You know, the dream is that, hey, I met you, you know what I'm saying? What the reality is that I may be on my way out of the door with this other person. So I don't need to bring them up that much. You know what I mean? I don't need to talk about them. I don't need to
But they're there, though.
But they're there. And they might be there because I'm still living with them.
Right.
They might be there because I still got some of my stuff at their house.
Right.
They might be there because I still talk to them every once in a while. They might be there because we have children together. They might be there because, you know, we share property together. They might be there because we work together. Any number of things. You know?
Okay.
There's all kinds of options for them to be there, but we got to investigate that. Because if you don't want to get your heart tied into something that is going to get you hurt.
Okay.
You know? And I'm of the notion.
What do you feel?
Check this out, Jay.
I'm listening.
If you take somebody's woman, if you take a man's woman from him,
correct,
you have to be concerned about the woman that you took.
I would definitely tell you that's one of the things that I have a huge problem with. Because if you play me and allow me to be in and you with somebody, regardless if he on his way out or not,
right,
it makes me feel like somebody else coming along stronger than me, or at a down moment, you would do the same thing to me. Because one of the things I'm looking for is unconditional love. I'm not looking for a condition. At that point, if I come in, I'm a better condition of what this person is not doing, so now I'm a better look. But bottom line is that if I stop anything that I do, that love you have for me stops too. I'm telling you, the only thing to get unconditional love is kids and pets. Because most humans, I'm telling you right now, as human men, we do not get unconditional half the time. It's always based on condition.
It's always based on condition.
So when I hear a friend, I almost feel like, okay, let me see, can I investigate, like what you said, a little further to see all of a sudden it can go further. So he's a friend. Well, what kind of friend is he? An important friend, or just a friend that you just talk to regular? And of course, they usually try to blow it off. Oh, it's just a friend that I see all the time. I mean,
listen, watch this. Are y'all having sex?
Yeah, if you break it down, it'd be like,
Are you
I mean,
intimate? If you're intimate, you know what I'm saying? That's your
and
business. But
that's not normally.
That's gonna
none
tell
of your
me.
business.
Yeah.
And that lets you know a little bit. And then, or well, maybe I tell you more about it. After we get to know each other. Now, why would you want to get to know me and you already involved with somebody?
Right.
So now I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole.
yeah, and you could be. Maybe they're unhappy. Maybe they're just passing by time.
Right.
You know, people get lonely, man.
They
You know,
can.
and when you get lonely, and everybody's experiences, when you get lonely, you'll make decisions that you otherwise wouldn't make.
Now-
And so there might be somebody in your life who just satisfies. I mean, you're at the bottom of the lonely, on the scale of 1 to 10, you're at the bottom of the equation. And every time you slip to, say on a scale of 1 to 10, every time you slip down to a 3 or 4, you call knucklehead. You know what I'm saying? And knucklehead come over and serve you up or whatever,
Put you back right.
But yeah, get you back right, right. But again, not somebody you might want to acknowledge. Maybe not somebody you want to tell the world
Who he really is.
who it really is.
So, I like to say when I heard it, I recognize game. But again, some people are more, they don't always want to put a title on a person. So, I'm going to tell you a difference when I hear a friend. And this is what I would probably like to hear. I have a friend. You'd be like, oh, okay. So, how long have you had that problem? He's not a problem. He's a person that I see long term with. Be like, oh, well, how long is long term? Long enough that I know I feel comfortable that I don't want to talk to you. Now, it's a shutdown, but it's a respect level. You keep talking to her and you trying to press that, you run a game and they press back. No, it's no game. I told you I have somebody. I don't have to give a title to what I feel I want.
No, you don't have to give a title, man, but I have to understand why I'm looking halfway up your dress sitting right next to you. What signal are you sending me right here? Because I'm looking at you looking all sexy. You hollering. You looked at me from across the room, and now all of a sudden you telling me about Mr. Right? I don't want to hear that shit, Eddie.
You might not.
What you doing the rest of the night?
But a lot of them be like, something what I'm doing is going home to him, and I'm not going to entertain you.
Okay.
Now, that's when I say a stronger person realizes that I can come out and look sexy because, again, I'm really for him, but I still want to feel good about me.
Man, that's some
Now,
bullshit, because I wouldn't be in this
game on
conversation with you if you hadn't shot me some energy.
Now, I would say she can send false energy. I mean, some people do it. I'm not saying it's always possible.
I never seen false energy. I know what energy look like. And listen, every man in the world can tell when somebody like him, when somebody interested in him. He can really tell that.
Now, hold on.
So that's
hold
no
on.
fake game.
No.
I came to get it in. You saw that I was closing, and
You was trying to close the deal.
Yeah, see, you might have been just playing.
No, you think about it.
Anyway,
Not
we gotta
just
go.
playing.
We gotta go.
That's what we really want to talk about because this enters a playing game.
Okay. Listen,
We're
y'all
gonna go back.
Hold
We're
your
gonna
thoughts.
get back.
We're gonna be right back with more of our talk with Jay right after this.
All right, welcome back with Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back, folks.
One thing I gotta tell you, man, that segment right there, I felt that debate.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah.
So we gotta get back into it.
Yeah.
We can't let him off the hook.
Yeah. Jay, I've been saying this all show.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got somebody. So when they say I have a friend, they're letting you know they have a friend. Right?
Just a friend.
Now, the truth is that if I got my game face on, it don't really matter what you say if you talking to me.
Now see, there you go. You're entertaining me.
If you having a conversation with me, I'm feeling the vibes.
And I agree with you.
I ain't got to hear the words. I don't need to ask about Johnny, Toby, or whoever else.
Whoever you call it, your life.
If you giving me the vibe, I heard you say you got somebody, and I kind of hope you got somebody,
Right.
Because that tells me, you know what I'm saying, you operating in the zone, you know what I'm saying, you operating in the people zone.
All right.
You know? Maybe somebody who I really don't care. Be honest with you, right? If I like you, I'ma still holler at you.
I like you. I want you.
Yep, but I am gonna be mindful of the fact that there's a chance, until I get to know more, there's a chance I might be taking you from somebody.
Okay.
There's a chance that you might have told somebody you love them earlier that day or a few hours ago on the phone. But yeah, you here chopping it up with me like, we about to go on a lifetime vacation. So I'm going to be paying attention, but I probably ain't going to turn away from the energy. You know what I'm saying? If you giving me energy, I'm giving you energy. Right. We going to entertain the energy, and then we'll see what happens on the other side. You know what I mean?
Okay, you're going to see it on through.
Yeah, but if I come to find out that you're married, if I come to find out that you have a boyfriend, you're engaged, or any of that other stuff, I'm not going to trust you anymore.
So you destroy trust when you had the opportunity to put it out there in the other front. And I understand
and you shot your
representatives ain't gonna always show their true self because they want to see if you can better their life.
Well, they're trying to understand too.
They're
trying to understand.
They're trying to see where you coming from.
Are you the kind of person that just could take the place of what I have?
There you go.
Are you better than what I have? I'm not going to give up my right now opportunity for something that I already have that ain't really getting the job done.
Right. Now, see, the sad thing to me is you want to see if it's something better instead of taking the time with which you with. I'm willing to see something different. So that gives you opportunity where failure can happen easily.
Yeah.
And that's where I hear about this friend thing. It's an easy opportunity to expand on what you have. I have a friend, but if you keep talking to me, then I have two friends. Now I got multiple friends. So again, it just opens the door, Pandora's box, if that's what you choose. Now you can use it as I just have a friend because you want to kill a conversation, and then that person gets more in tune. Because some people don't care. It's like you said. I've had somebody that didn't care.
Why should we care?
Right. They like, that's your problem.
Yeah.
I just want to know if we can get together and still do what I want to do because they see you in a light where I just want to be with you. I just want a little bit of your time. I don't want all of you.
Yeah.
I've had people approach in that kind of strong, demeanor.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is it's going to be up to you to figure out what you really want to do.
Yeah.
Because that could be overly aggressive. It can work for you.
Yeah.
It's just like when somebody say men are thirsty. Right. I promise you, if a female really wants you, nothing you do seems thirsty to her.
Right.
But the minute she ain't interested, all your advancements is thirsty. He's just so thirsty. He's because you ain't interested. Right. You just using the word and you're flipping it. But the bottom line, you just not interested. But you're not saying it. But you say thirsty, but you just ain't interested. I don't even like you like that. I don't see you in that fashion, that form. And I really wish you would leave me alone. Yeah. But they ain't saying all them things.
So let me ask, and this is a question for everybody, men and women.
What you got?
The question is basically this. When should you say, I have a friend? Should you say, I have a friend if they're just a cuddy buddy scenario? Should you say, I have a friend if there's no emotion? Should what circumstance is that person over here meaningful enough to bring up? If it's that you have a future with them, you can see the light with them. If you love them, should you bring the other person up? I mean, what's the criteria for bringing up the other person? Because you really are throwing a gremlin in the system. If there's a real opportunity here and you throw the gremlin in the system, some women don't play that. Some women like, okay, you got another woman, I can't talk to you. And they're going to automatically turn off and start looking for somebody else. And in 20 minutes, they won't be interested in you at all because they already had to make the decision that they can't talk to you. They're going to go talk to, they're going to go shoot the shot where they know they can get some gravy at, right? Only makes sense. Common sense, right?
I got to agree. I would like to say I always use the friend thing. If I'm messing with somebody or if I have a sexual partner, I say I have a friend.
Sexual partner, you say you have a friend.
I say I have a friend. Now,
why bring that up?
I would say it just because of the fact that some people feel like I want to be honest, and I feel like I can be honest and tell you what I might have, even though you don't know me, because I don't have a concern about what you got to say to me at this point. My whole thing is I'm already good where I'm at. So if you ain't willing to accept it, then I can just stay happy where I'm at. You approach me, I'm giving it to you, and then it's up to you to accept it. You don't have to accept it. You can act like you want to talk to me anyway. That's up to you. My whole thing is I don't got to play and I ain't got to lie. If I choose I still want you, I don't have to mention a friend at all. Okay? And at that point, it can be deceptive on my end knowing what I have. But if I choose, remember, it's a choice. If I choose to, that's what I do. But guess what? New things is entering people's lives. And you might find that one that you ain't even with that journey with, but I feel strong enough that I'm not going to tell you I got a friend. I'm going to tell you I'm good.
Right.
I don't need to tell you no more. I'm good. I'm not going to entertain you.
Right.
I don't want to be with you. And 9 times out of 10, there's nothing you can do compared to what that person is doing for me. And at that point, it ends. I don't want to entertain you in any kind of fashion or form. Not to disrespect her. It starts with you. If I know that's the one, it's like when you go in the club and you see Mrs. Crap. When I know it's the one, I ain't entertaining no more. I don't need no more applicants.
I don't need no more applicants.
I'm going to give it to her.
Right.
That one is going to get my full attention, and you ain't going to get mine. Because you're going to
tell
cause mess, and I don't need it.
Those are some of the most mature moments of my life, Jay. When I met the ex Mrs. Kraft, she still got my name, right? But when I met her, that there was magic.
Right.
It was magic there. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. By the second or third date, I was like, oh yeah, that's Mrs. Kraft.
Right.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure where it's going or how it's going. But in those very moments, I put away all nonsense.
Right.
Like I wouldn't talk to any other. I wouldn't even entertain in a conversation with another woman. You know what I'm saying? During those days,
Right.
Because I was giving my undivided attention to the greatest opportunity I had. Right. And I'm gonna tell you what happens a lot, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell me.
Is there is somebody who has crossed your path who had a real serious potential of being the Mr. or Mrs. Right.
Correct.
But you didn't give them your undivided attention. And we all know how Murphy's Law is. It's like you can't get nobody to call you until you got somebody. Right?
That's
so as soon as you start talking to somebody, now everybody want to blow your phone up, and you don't make good decisions, and you wind up spinning your wheels rather than putting the wheels on the ground with the one that might be Mr. or Mrs. Right.
Correct.
Right? So I'm just encouraging folks that if somebody comes into your life, I'm of the notion to always be closing. So if somebody comes into your life, there is going to be a right time to divulge information, and there's going to be a wrong time to divulge information.
Okay.
There's going to be a right way to assess this person, and there's going to be a wrong way to assess this person.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to find that sweet spot. You know, you got to find the sweet spot where you can't be judgmental too early, and you can't tell them too much about yourself, and you gotta wait till the right time to share too much, because there are people listening for the sweet spots in your life, so they can use that and close you. You just had a breakup a few months ago. Now they thinking you vulnerable, you emotional, and you very well might be. Just because you say, hey, I just got out of a relationship, they know. They know you used to having somebody around. They know you want somebody to take, if you just take them out to McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? They feel loved, Yeah. So, game is being run all over the place. We gotta get rid of the game, and let's just stay focused on the main thing. That's what I say.
I agree.
If you say, if I introduce the fact that I have a friend to anyone, I'm telling that person, put on the brakes. I'm telling that person that, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got nothing right now until you prove yourself. Because this vessel already over here got some footsteps moving. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And so don't come, if you ain't coming right, we ain't even got to talk no more. You know what I'm saying? I'll buy you a couple of drinks and I'll let you go on and never talk to you again. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to play games.
Right.
So, a very interesting subject. And
it is.
We probably could tackle it from all kinds of ways. But
I'm gonna bring it around table for me, as I always would as friends, because I took an approach after being married, divorced, going through things, monogamous relationships, now getting into non-monogamous relationships and just dating and doing different things. I start focusing things on my work and things I had to do, because I had to heal from all the stuff I went through. Not just the divorce itself, some of the failed relationships. And it takes you to go through some things and take some time. And I didn't get all the therapy I probably really needed. But I had my men's meeting. I had some guys that I spoke to, my brothers, that's very close to me, that helped me through a lot of things. And I like to say that was my therapy to a degree. Yeah. And then the other one was about me being by myself in prayer. And praying for understanding. Not praying just for another woman. I pray for understanding before I can understand who's going to be the right one for me. I didn't ask God a specific on how to bring me anything because I know he has something for me.
Yeah.
So I just pray for the understanding for when I see her and I meet her, I understand her and I can respect her and we can make this journey together. And I promise you, when you meet that one, and it is somebody for you, will get you to understand things differently. You will speak differently. You will even approach her differently. And I feel like that's the point in my life, but I don't have to disrespect people along the way until I find that perfect person. And they ain't perfect. They just perfect for me. Because they already know what I've been through. But I can speak it to them when I meet them. I don't have to hide nothing. Not only can you watch my shows and see my growth, you can actually hear it from me. I can tell it to you because I feel it in you. I feel the energy because he leads you. So when I see that, I got an instant trust. And then they have it. And then you build an unconditional relationship. And then you can start understanding what unconditional love is. Right now, today, I hate to say it, I had a lot of friends, and it was all to me for convenience. All right? But when you have unconditioned, you understand condition. I had a lot of conditional situations.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of conditional because if I didn't make the money and I wasn't able in the place I was, they probably wouldn't be with me. But unconditional stay with you no matter what. And I really want to make sure you with somebody that can show you unconditional love. Because right now, today, half the people showed me condition, and now I've seen that there is some people out there with unconditional love, and I want everybody to experience that, but just understand what you're doing. Watch what you pray for, and have a better understanding of what you ask for. That's why I started praying different and moving different. And that's why you might not see me hanging out with you no more, because there's better things I got to be doing.
Absolutely.
And it ain't with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Where we at on time, boo? About 3 or 4 minutes. Okay.
How you feel about it? How you feel about where you at and what you call a friend compared to what you really want? Because you had a missus. You've been through your divorce just as long as me and longer. You seen how people are conditioned, and they keep throwing their conditions on you. And you are a person that does well. We want those numbers. We in ATL. Now I want people to throw stuff at you because you do well money-wise. Mm-hmm. My whole thing is you're a great guy. Get past the money. You're a great guy. Spiritual, mentally strong, and now all you want is somebody to take this journey with you that can take you honestly for you. Is it not hard?
It's very difficult, Jay. I'll be honest with you. I have gotten to a place in my life where I'm not expecting anything. It's like once you know, let's just say from 25 to 35, and then 35 to 45, and now 45 to 55. In those different pockets of time, you start to let go of desires that just aren't coming true. You just start to get rid of, bullshit wants.
Okay.
Phantom desires, fake expectations. And so in my mind, I've come to a place where I realize that, Stacy, to some degree, every person on the globe is alone. Every person's got to fight their own fight in their own head and in their own life. And so, Stacy, you are not going to expect anybody else to fill this place in your life where you need love and comfort and peace and joy. You are going to nurture that and make sure that vessel is full. That vase is full in your life all the time. Now, when you find some gravy, it'll just be like, the suds on top of a beer. It'll just be like the suds on top of the beer. Be that extra little gravy. Because I don't want to live 30 years with a gap in me.
Right.
I'm going to live 30 years fulfilling that gap, and if somebody comes along that can improve me, that can improve my life, that can improve, make me feel alive and thriving, and that we can vibe off one, that's where I'm going, right? Okay. So I'm not dependent on the world for love anymore. I'm just going to experience. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to love my family. I'm going to love my kids. I'm going to pour love out to the world, and I'm going to be the guy who cares less about being poured back into. Right? Yeah. That's what we have to do. We're tigers. You know what I'm saying? We're fighters. We're soldiers. You know what I mean? And that's the life I'm living now. I'm not worried about the soft things, so to speak, in life. They would be nice to have, but if you don't, I said once in a Minecraft clip, if you never find love and you never experience the joy of love, you have to achieve something in your life. Okay. You have to make some things happen, right? and accomplishment is the name of the game. So whether you find love or not, go get some shit done. And if love comes in, it's just gravy. That's the way I'm thinking about it.
I feel for you because one of the things I can tell you is, and I say feel for you because I feel the same way, to a degree. Sometimes I realized when I was moving, not really wondering about that, because you got to give it up to the Lord.
You got to give it to the Lord. Yeah.
But I promise you, when you give it and you keep moving, you'll start seeing it.
There you go.
And that's the power of prayer and understanding what He has for you compared to what you want.
There you go.
He'll start revealing, but you also have to have that understanding of what He's revealing, and are you willing to change?
Yeah. If you seek the understanding, He will reveal it, and that is the truth. We have to close out the show right now. This has been Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth J.
In the building.
And we want to thank you folks for being with us tonight. We are here every Thursday from 7 to 8, Facebook Live.
Yes.
We're on every major platform.
And
please like, share, subscribe. Share, subscribe.
Yes.
Send it to all your friends and family.
Please.
And continue to come back and see some of these positive words and messages. We talk underneath the current, trying to get to the real. I hope you feel like we got to that tonight. Listen, we love you folks. We appreciate you. And with that,
we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.